Hello and welcome to another video. What we've got in today is a Nintendo Switch OLED, and the customer brought me this a couple of weeks back, initially just to have a look at it, see what can be done. They damaged the midframe and the right hand side rail. There was two options to repair. It was to do a temporary fix on the actual the screw hole itself and try and get it secure, or we offered the customer the option to swap the midframe and rails out, and the customer went for that option. As you can see, the screw is missing. The customer did bring me that screw, but I have got in my bag of parts here, I have got two new rails, which you'll see in a second. Two brand new rails, right and left. These are the proper OLED ones. The reason it took me a week or two to get here is because I've ordered these off AliExpress China. There's a bag of screws. Ordered these just in case we lose any, and also rail screws could be damaged, so I wanted those just in case. With regards to the midframe, it's brand new midframe. There's absolutely nothing in it, so we will need to swap screen over. All ribbon cables, connector, all the bits that fit into the frame, so battery, that sort of stuff. With regards to this video, I will be speeding up through a lot of the disassembly. I will slow it down if I find anything sort of interesting, noteworthy. It'll probably more likely, some of it will be the audio from the video, some of it will be doing a voiceover like I am now. So sit back, relax. The video is about 30 odd minutes long. Hopefully you'll stick around. If you want to skip ahead, if you to the actual removal of the screen, if that's what you're interested in, looking about the 12-minute mark, I actually remove the screen and then there's the reassembly afterwards, but that's the main chunk of the video. But yeah, I'm going to start stripping this down now, speed this up, and I will put a little bit of music in the background, and I will see you in a bit. With the OLEDs, do it from the top, because then when you come down to the bottom, popping these out, just here, these vents actually slide in under here, so you've got to kind of wiggle it out. Just going to add in here with regards to the antenna cables. I didn't realise when I first stripped the Switch down that I actually needed to I could actually leave them under the stickers. Good point here, for the future, and I'll remember that. I just need to literally disconnect them from the board. I don't know if you noticed on the video there, I did just remove a small sticker over the top right hand screw on the game card SD card reader board. If you don't see it's there and you try and pull upon that, you can snap the PCB. So it's a little white sticker just next to the heatsink. You see I pulled it off and I just popped it onto the game card just to keep it safe. we'll do is let's pop. Great thing about these, they do come with extra wheels. They literally just pop in like so. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's nice and roasty toasty. Hopefully this time not that side. There we go. Once you get in, I just think this edge is probably not the really carefully, because we don't want the screen to go pop. That is the last thing we really want. Nice and gentle. Cut in the there we go. What I am going to do before anything is I am just going to do a quick sanity test. Actually, you know what? Let's just drop it in the housing first. Let's be sensible about this car. Just pop that cable through there. Just drop it in where it's going to sit, like so. Like that. That'll do. That's better. That makes me feel a bit more comfortable. Then we want actually screen and battery. That is all I am going to connect for the moment, because that should hopefully just be all I need. Literally all I want to get is whether it basically, I'm just double checking I haven't damaged the screen by removing it. Should really have these cables a bit more handy, but I am going to pop this onto my ammeter. Yep, that display is still good. Awesome. So, not going to do this for very long, but as we can see, display came off lovely. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get this unplugged. When I figure out what I've done with what I was looking for, let's just grab another one. I'm also going to pop the battery off, and I will also disconnect the screen. So that battery seems good now. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to lift this off. And I am going to attach it to a suction cup. So when I come to put it in place, I'm not holding the screen with my fingers. Okay, yes, it's still going to have fingerprints on, but we will get rid of them afterwards. Right, let's get this adhesive off. One thing I will need to check for in a second, nearly forgot, was making sure I remove any of the old adhesive on the old screen. Because we want to make sure that we get a nice secure bond between the screen. So yeah, so what I need to do is pop that to one side for 2 seconds. Just very carefully remove suction cup. And what we're going to do is maybe a little bit of IPA will help this along. And open hand with the cotton bud. Just gently clearing off. I'm not going for perfection here, but I would like it to be clear of residue. Give it the best chance of adhering, and then there's less chance of the screen coming off again. So all I'm doing is just soaking the adhesive down with a little bit of alcohol, and it'll come along. Scrape it off like so. Okay. So we've got fresh adhesive, pop suction plate, suction cup back on. I actually want that way round, because though I'm right-handed, I want the control where I'm actually lining it up with right, that part. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go longest edge. There we go. Drop that in and just see, because at this stage we can still just about lift it up without causing too much concern. But that to me looks like it's in a pretty damn good position. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pop the suction cup off. Twist it off. And when I can find it, take a piece of kitchen roll. The reason I use this because it also cleans the screen as well. Just run around the edge. Bit of press. pressure to the adhesive, and then what I am going to do is just a bit of pressure from behind. Obviously silicone mat's got a bit of give to it, but I'm making sure it's in the centre, not getting pressure where it's needed. I will give the screen a good clean before I'm done, but before it gets handed back to the customer, it will have a full wipe down polish, but that is one replace screen. Now obviously I need time for the tape set, but one of the reasons for putting the battery in for is it's not a huge amount of weight, but it's enough for now. And what I will do is once the console's back together, I will get a my diary, just a bit of consistent weight on it overnight till the customer picks it up. So we are now going backwards. One thing to watch out with regards to putting the covers back on the speakers is there is little locating tabs within on the edge of the speaker covers. They do slot into the side of the housing. Just make sure you get them located so the cover goes on nice and secure. Right, I just thought I'd jump in here quickly. As you can see, while I'm putting the console back together, the old housing on the left hand side of the screen, there's a small strip of copper tape there. It is double-sided, it's sticky on both sides. I would recommend, if you can, replace it. If you can't, you know, if you haven't got the availability of a spare part, like I do in the video, removing it and transferring it into the new housing works really well. It does help dissipate the heat, and it also, as I said, it's adhesive on both sides, so it does help hold the heat sink in place. One thing Nintendo seem to have done quite well on this one is actually making sure that components are held into place a lot better. For example, as you saw earlier with the tabs to hold the speakers in place, the little covers on the back of them, they do have a small amount of adhesive on them as well. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that as well. Right, I'll let you back to watching me just popping the rest of it back together. There we go. Right, a little bit of difficulty there, but we got there. So, emptying that one, as you saw there, as I was saying earlier, these are stackable. If I needed to put all the parts away and go, oh, I'm done for the day, I'm actually using the lid like I am with another console. Got parts in there, but seal it up, and then that can go with this console and everything's in there. But I'm not doing that today. That's done with this one. Let's get that in place. And get these fan screws in. Screws going in. We are going to put, before we turn it on, put the memory card back in. Make sure everything is in place. Feels right, there's nothing feeling loose. Don't pull a trab and leave screws out. There we go. That front screen looks bloody lovely. Few fingerprints on it at the moment, but apart from that, all good. Currently at an hour and a half. Oh, switch is on. Just make sure this charges. There we go. Straight up to a fast charge. So we know the battery's good. We know we haven't messed anything up. Turn it on again. You can see, we'll zoom in a little bit more. See the game icon just here, indicating that there's a game in there. Go to settings, go down to data management. Micro SD card is showing as it should. Touch screen is working. Obviously it will need a bit of a clean. I will do a bit of a test of the game off camera. Go the right way with that. Go. I'll give this a bit of a test off camera, make sure everything's working fine. But that is how you successfully, without breaking the screen, remove these. Now, food for thought on these. Replacing these, I would say it's about an 8 out of 10. With the right tools, maybe a 6 out of 10. It's not as difficult as it looks. Now, as you saw, I had a few difficulties trying to get in under the screen to get it lifted. I was trying to come down this end. Had I known that, should have realised, looking at this house, looking at the new housing, that they'd have probably put the most adhesive down here. But we learn. So I did decide to come in down this edge, which is the same end the ribbon cable comes through. But using this tool, which was absolutely brilliant, literally you saw it, slips in and you just run it round the edge. You go all the way round and it was off in seconds. Just making sure that this gets nice and hot. Now, it does seem to be a metal frame. Well, it's a metal frame, so it does hold the heat quite well, which is a bonus. Yeah, I would say it's about, with the right tools, it's about a 6 out of 10 difficulty on this. I think the main concern is obviously damaging the screen when removing it. But as long as you've got this adhesive nice and toasty. Now I have my I actually use my 3D printer build plate as my hotbed. I get it up to 90 degrees. I leave it on there, check it, see how it's doing. As you saw earlier, it did pull the I didn't realise there was a tempered glass screen protector on there. So got rid of that, heated this up again, came off really easily. But it is definitely a case of getting down this side of the console, because there's just far too much adhesive, and I think even on these two edges here you'd struggle. But now I've put a good strip of adhesive here. There is some on here, but it didn't seem to be anywhere near what the others were. Right, so that'll be one happy customer. That's taken me, with stopping and starting, probably close to, well, it's an hour and 37 minutes film time. Probably taken me about an hour and 45 minutes with setting it off for 10 minutes. But yeah, it's not bad. I will, one thing, can't forget to test. One Joy-Con. Okay, that one doesn't want to go onto that rail. Just going to there we go. Needed to adjust the screw slightly. Obviously, with it being a new housing, Just need to make sure they are all in, snug, and the Joy-Cons can fit in. Yep, we're all good. So we know those both work. Volume's good. Power button. Turn it back on. There we go. Right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave that one there. Now, all these screws here obviously were from the extra screw pack that I bought, so I will sort those out later. But good thing about these, pop them in like so. I know that is a full set of screws. But you know then that we've got those for another day. Right, that out of the way, let that charge up. I will contact the customer shortly and let them know that that will be ready for collection. Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a quick outro for the video, just to say thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. I really am trying to get some more content out. I'm not entirely sure when it will be. Hopefully I should have a video coming up soon with regards to the Game Boy Color, putting a screen mod in there, doing a reshell on it. I've got a few other bits and pieces in the pipeline. Don't want to say too much. Fingers crossed it pans out. But yeah, no, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you hit the like button, really appreciate it. If you could subscribe, be brilliant. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. If you've got any questions, like for example tools I used, stick it down in the comments below. The tool that I used for opening the screen I will be having up on my eBay soon. If you're part of the Coders Discord and you hop over there to his other selling part of his channel, I do actually sell them on there, with permission from the coder obviously, but I know I've got a few other bits and pieces up for sale as well, parts, components, not quite as much as Phil with his console fix shop, but getting there slowly. But yeah, no, we will get another video out soon, and hopefully keep up the flow with the content. Try and throw out a couple of shorts, a few little bits and pieces, and go from there. But yeah, take care guys, thank you very much for watching.